recorder. Open Sublime. So everyone can see my screen, right? Able to see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So Arika, are you there? It is showing inactive. Are you awake? Hello. Arika. Hello. Not sure.
Hello, yes, sure.
I thought you started
But
sleeping even before we started because it is showing inactive.
no, it's a time away.
Okay. Fine. So we're going to start. So you all aware of inheritance, right? So we discussed different types of inheritance in the last class. Simple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and everything. So we had some examples. If you see, we had a class animal. Okay. And to give a recap, we had a class of tiger, and we extends animal. Extends is a keyword to use inheritance. Okay. So we also saw the access specifiers like private, public, protected, default, the rules, how we can access them when we inherit, and we also saw constructors also, how the constructors are invoked. First, the base class is created. Class creation itself, the object creation itself is done with the help of a constructor. Okay. So by default, the compiler will give you no argument, no body constructor. The class invocation will happen because of that, and each and everything we initialize from the top to bottom. Okay, we discussed all those things. And class tiger extends animal, class cub they make extends tiger. So what type of inheritance is this, guys? So this is my question now. What type of inheritance this one, like animal, tiger, cub?
Um, multi-level inheritance.
Yeah, it's a multi-level inheritance, correct. So this is a multi-level inheritance. Suppose I have a constructor here, animal. Okay, SOP, I'm printing animal, and so in tiger also I have one, no arguments. Tiger, SOP, I'm printing tiger, and in cub I'm printing SOP, cub. Okay. So if I create an in a public static void mean another class called animal test, I'm going to create in that class. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make like public static void main string args animal a equal to new, oh sorry, cub a equal to new cub. So when I run this program, what will be the output? Will it won't be any output printed? It will print nothing, or will it print something? Can you guys tell me this about? What could be the output? Yes, Vivek. Yeah,
It, will- it, it will be animal, tiger, and cup.
excellent. Yeah, it will be animal, tiger, and cub. See, I am creating cub object. So obviously this constructor is called. It will not print directly cub. Before creating cub, I want to create tiger. So it goes to tiger. This constructor is called. Again extends animal. So it goes here. So it will print animal, tiger, and cub. This is the order of it, how it will print. Okay. So this is what we discussed in the last class. So if I have a constructor argument constructor written here, my duty is to call a super of. Argument constructor means if I have something like string name being passed here, something like this is a overloaded argument constructor. So if I have this is error, it will throw error in line number 11. The reason is the tiger constructor will try to create an object of animal constructor. It will find a match of animal, no argument, default constructor, but it will not find it. So it's your job to pass it like this something. You need to call super of. First, it's your responsibility. Normally, computer itself, the compiler itself will call, Java itself will call super of. Okay. But here, since you have written your own constructor, you need to specify that super of some string if you need to pass because that's a data type. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, this is also we discussed. Now, object, what is an object? That is what actual memory allocation in the heap whenever we create. This cub A is just a reference which will be in the stack. New cub is the object that will be in the heap. We know all this. But creating an object of cub is meaningful. Creating an object of tiger is also meaningful. Okay, because tigers exist, cub, okay. But creating an object of animal, I don't think it's a meaningful thing. Reason is, animal is a more generic thing. When I create an object of animal, everyone, like most of the things are animal only, right? Tiger, lion, even humans. So that doesn't make much sense. But certain properties of animal we need to reuse. So two things. In a proper design, we should avoid creating object of animal. So two issues we could see here. In a proper design, we should avoid creating objects for animal. Okay, point number one. Then you may ask me why animal class is necessary if you don't create an object for it. It is animal class still, animal class is necessary to reuse its general properties in its subclass. Okay, so we want inheritance as well as we don't want to create objects. We don't want to create objects for animal. So what is that? We want inheritance and we don't want to create object for animal, because creating object for animal doesn't make sense, but still we want to reutilize those stuff. Okay, so now you understood guys the requirement for us. So if I type like this, right, animal a equal to new animal, it should not allow me to do, it should throw me error. Okay, it should not allow me, like animal a equal to new animal should not be possible. Okay, so what should I do for that? For that, what we do is we make the animal classes abstract. So that is what we mean by abstract class. Abstract. So when a class is abstract, you cannot instantiate a class. Meaning you cannot create object for a class when you make the class as abstract. So then why it is needed? It is needed to write some logics in that class. Okay, you can write some logics, you can write some methods with some logics. It is needed to establish an inheritance relationship in the hierarchy. Just animal, the class like base class of animal never need an object. Person never needs an object. Okay, so those type of the things. So how will you create a class as abstract? Okay, so we will see that. I will show you an example. So till this, you understood what is the need of abstract, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yes, so you cannot instantiate object for it. That's the point number one. Okay, and still you need such a class to create an inheritance relationship, which we will see more in polymorphism. Fine, I will show you. Okay, so we're going to give a simply an abstract keyword before the name of animal. So that will become an abstract class. Okay. Mm, oh, okay. Abstract classes. So I'm going to create new class animal. So what I'm going to do for public abstract is a keyword class animal. Have you got you guys? So this class became abstract now. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create few fields for it. Protected int. An animal can have some weight, obviously any animal. Protected int weight and protected int some height. Okay, and these are the two properties. And I'm going to write one more method as well. So protected void make noise in this class. So this will print like system dot out dot println animal is making noise. Okay, so I can make one more thing also. Okay, fine, this is enough. So animal point making noise. Now I'm going to create another class called tiger and cub as usual. Tiger. So I'm going to extend animal. Fine, guys. So in the tiger I can have a few fields specific to tiger, private, uh, string, some name of the tiger, private, string, behavior, and I can have one more thing here also. Now you see the new concept. Now you will be able to see a concept called override. Protected void make noise. I can make this public also. Same method name. Okay, see a symbol here. You could see, guys, a symbol, green color symbol. So what it is telling, overrides learning dot abstract class dot animal dot make noise. So overriding means if you have a method name, same, if you have a method name called make noise in animal, right? If you have a same method name in the subclass also, because you see, if you extend animal, all the properties of animal comes to tiger automatically. Okay, that means in tiger class already make noise one method is there automatically, because tiger is extending animal. Still you are writing one more make noise means, that is called overriding. Okay, if you specify an object of tiger, automatically this will execute this make noise method only. Fine, if you don't have this make noise method, it will go to the animals one. See, the animals make noise method is protected. You can make it as public here. Okay, you cannot make it as private. It's an compilation error. You can upcast. It's a common frequently asked interview question. In the base class, if the method is protected or private, you can upcast in the subclasses. You cannot down the access specifier. I will tell you why. Okay, remember this. I will tell you why when we learn polymorphism. Okay, so for now I am making it public. Make noise. Okay, do one more. System dot out dot println tiger. Next I'm going to make public void chasing. Chase it. Tiger is chasing something. This method is specific to a tiger. Okay, it doesn't have any relationship there. Specific to the tiger. Okay, so tiger is also done. Now I'm going to create one more class called cub. This one extends tiger. Fine. So protected, I make it private. So for cub you can have int days, how many days since it has born, something like that. And a private public, you can have one more thing, public void make noise. This is one more method. Here I am going to print system dot out dot println, simply telling making noise. Okay, so yeah, so system dot out dot println, I am printing like I am making noise. I am sleepy cub, something like that. Okay, and now one more method I am going to write specific to cub, public void play, system dot out dot println, it's playing play, playing play. Okay, so these are the things. So now I'm showing the design again. Animal I created as abstract. Okay, cub, tiger is another class which extends animal. It has some name, behavior. Okay, normally if we make private, we use setters and getters and constructors to set those elements, right? So let me create that. Source, generate, getters and setters. Select all. Okay, fine. And now in terms of cub, also I'm going to, one field is there called days. Let me create setters and getters for that also. Source, generate getters and setters. Okay, I have tiger. So it's already there. Cub is there. Animal don't need to create, right? Yeah. Source generate. Okay. So because private we cannot access it, right? That's why we are creating setters and getters so that we can set the data into it. And cub is also there. Everything is fine. Now let me save all. Okay. Now create animal test class. So to create objects for all these things. Animal test. Fine. So now public static void main string args. Now what I'm going to do, let me try to create an animal object first. Animal a equal to new animal. You will see an error now. Listen to this, guys. It's an error. So what is this error? Cannot instantiate the type animal. Reason? Because animal is being made as abstract class. You cannot instantiate it at all. Got it? Okay. All right. So now what will happen? What is the use of this? You cannot do it, but you can do these things. Tiger a equal to new tiger. Okay. I can make a dot make noise. So what will be the output here? A dot make noise. Any guesses? This is a tiger class. And in the tiger class make noise tiger. In the animal class uh, oh sorry, 1 minute, let me close all. Yeah. Yeah, in the animal class in make noise I have a sentence called animal is making noise. In cub class I have a make noise making noise sleepy cub. In tiger class I just have tiger. Okay. Okay, fine. Maybe tiger is roaring. Something like that. So now when I run this tiger a equal to two tiger a dot make noise. So what will be the output, guys?
Tiger is roaring.
Tiger is roaring. It will go to the tiger class only. Nothing else here. Tiger a equal to new tiger. A dot make noise means automatically it will go to the tiger is roaring. Nothing else. So it's an object of tiger. That's it. Okay. Suppose if I remove this make noise, will I get error when I call a dot make noise here? Tiger a equal to new tiger. What I'm going to do, my question is, if suppose I remove this method from tiger, will I get error since there is no method in tiger class?
No
Yeah, yes.
no error.
Yeah, so why
No
no
error
error?
because it is in make noise method is in animal class, right?
Yeah, so basically it gives a preference to the whatever object you created there. It's an object of tiger. So automatically make noise will be called for the tiger. Since it is not there, it will check for the animal. If it is there, it goes to the animal if it is there, because tiger is extending animal. Even if I even if I remove it and run it, there will be no error here. See, no error. Still if I run this program, I will be getting the animals one. So see here, even though you don't created an object for what? Even though you don't created an object for animal, still you are able to use the methods of animal, access the properties of animal. Okay, for use of inheritance. So we never need an object for an animal. Generally, practically speaking, if you create an object for animal, that is not good because that's not exist. Animal is a generic term. Tiger object is correct. Cub is correct. Okay, cub tiger will reuse the properties of animal. So that is how the things flow should be. Whenever you want such a requirement, you need to make the classes abstract. In an abstract class, you can have one or more abstract methods, or even you don't have. Here, I don't have any abstract methods. But still, what you can do, you can force a relationship to the child class. What do you mean by forcing? If I make some methods are abstract here, abstract means I will not define only the body, like I will tell you. So I'm going to put like protected void uh, eating habits, protected abstract void. I'm going to write like this. I can abstract void, protected abstract void eating habits. are eating food cycle, food chain, food, something like this. I'm giving protected abstract void food. See, only the signature. I have not defined the body. What do you mean by the body? This part, the actual logic. So, what is the use here by doing this? I am forcing all my child classes to define this. Okay, I am forcing all my child classes to define this. So, in an abstract class, I can have one or more abstract method. You may not also have. Abstract class cannot be instantiated. Okay, it cannot create an object. In inheritance relationship, you can use an abstract class. So, what is see? Error suddenly came in tiger class. Now, if I click this, it will tell the tiger must implement the inherited abstract method animal.food. So, it's forcing. Okay, so animal class is created. So in real time project scenarios, what they will do, big architects, managers will create and give you the abstract classes, the interfaces, everything to you, and you will be utilizing it and developing it. Fine. So if they give it as a child like a tiger, you need to override it. So that's called add unimplemented methods. Now you see automatically a definition came at override. Got it?
Ashok,
Yeah, Vivek.
one question, Ashok. We can we have that make noise method in cub.java, right? Then why do we need to
It's not make noise
use the
method.
method?
It's not make noise method. I just now created a method name called food, which is abstract. Because of that only in Tiger we
Okay.
got error. Okay. Whenever you make a method called abstract, see what do you mean by abstract? Abstract means you're just showing the method name. You're not defining any body for it. Line number 14, if you see, protected abstract void food. That's it. I have not defined the body. If I define such an abstract method in my class, any subclasses which is extending animal need to implement that method, need to specify the logic for that method. That's why in Tiger,
So
it's been forced me to add this protected void food. You will get this symbol at override. Okay, meaning you are overriding the existing method. Okay, which is already abstract.
so
Otherwise, it will not allow
so
you
we
to.
need to.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I got this. So we need to add in cub.java also.
No, why you need to add in? It's a multi-level inheritance. If it is cub also extends animal, you need to add it. It's been resolved here.
Okay.
Suppose if you don't add it, you can make it here also abstract. Okay, and leave it for the child of tigers to handle it. I can make here also abstract, like protected abstract food. You can leave it like this here also. Okay, then
Okay.
yeah, let me see. You can hear, but the point is again you need to make the class also implements learning. The abstract method food can only be defined in abstract class. There is a problem. Second problem. This can be done again. You need to make the tiger also as abstract class. If you have any one method as abstract, your class should be abstract. You got it?
Okay.
Again you can make this also abstract and leave for the cub to access it. Okay, since this is a multi-level, you are already doing in what you call tiger, then there is a no problem. Cub is no error. It doesn't bother about because it automatically extends tiger
Okay.
only. Now you got it, the rule of abstract methods. Yeah, in an abstract class you
Yes,
can
Ashok,
have
I
one or
understand.
more abstract methods. If you define a method as abstract, the child class are responsible for defining the logic for it. Okay, so that is what the rules. Any doubt, guys? Any doubt, guys? Harika, are you following?
Yes, sure. I am clear now.
Okay, Sai.
Uh, yeah, I understood. One question. You use abstract method in animal class, so I have to override the abstract method in tiger class.
Correct.
So inside now I have should I write the logic inside that class, or just I have to leave it abstract?
No, no, no. See, this is not abstract. This is no more abstract. If I specify the keyword abstract, then only it's an abstract. It's you didn't write anything inside this. That doesn't mean that it is abstract. Okay.
Okay.
See, this is empty method. Empty method is different from abstract method. See, this is abstract. Abstract means I am wantedly telling that is just as a signature. It's your responsibility. Compiler will not come and see whether you have written something or not. If it is there, it's gonna execute. That's it.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So, Pavitra, are you following? Okay, thanks. So you have animal, cub, and tiger. Abstract class. What happens to the methods? Abstract void food. So one more thing I told, right? If it is protected in the subclasses, always remember this. In subclasses, you can make it higher. You can make it like public or even protected is also correct. See, if you try to make it private, that is wrong. It will throw you an error. Okay, the error is will be like this: cannot reduce the visibility of the inherited method. You can either have it the same or increase the visibility from protected to public. Okay, so now this is what all about an abstract class. So what happens when you write a class as abstract, and what is an abstract class, whether you can create an object for it or not, and so on. A typical design, okay, when you create a project with a typical design, when a requirement comes in an oops concepts, you need to use these oops concepts to think how I can make it, how I can make certain things, and so on. So I will give you one example and I will design you, okay, design certain things so that you will understand more. Suppose we have a scenario. Okay, we have a scenario to forget about the logic part and all. Like we have a scenario like for preparing some pizzas. Okay, fine. Pizzas are. Let me give you one easier one example. Like downloading files. Okay, downloading, you need to write a program to read some file content. Okay, so reading file content means what you need to do, you can either read what are the different files you have in day to day activities. Reading all the files will not be the same way. You have files called PDF files, you have Excel files, you have something called Word file. So you should write a program that it can read any type of file. It should have a capability of reading any type of file. Got it? Okay, so the user will give you the file name. So what you will do, you will go to it and you will read the file content. Okay, this is one scenario. Okay, so scenario is the will user can be able to read. User will be giving the file name. User will be giving the file name. You need to design classes such that your classes are capable of downloading the file from the URL. User will give you the URL, like the place where in the internet the file is. You need to go there and download the file in your hard disk. You need to design classes as that your classes are capable of downloading the file from the URL to your hard disk and then read the file. Read the file is so it could be a smaller thing when I say, but read the file again. Read the file means your program should be capable of reading the below file formats. It should be capable of either reading PDF, Excel files, Word file, or it can be a normal text file. Okay, you need to read it and display it in some screen or this. So don't think about the logic and all. Don't get fear. How I'm going to download from the internet? How I'm going to read the files? What would be the logic? We never learned about file handling. How we going to put a file in Java? Will we use a file pointer? No, no, no. Don't want all those things. Just a design. So what are the classes you will use here? What could be the abstract class? What are the different classes you will use in a C programming? In a normal plain structural programming, if you do, what you will do, you will write a lot of if else if else if else if else if. Okay, the code will become very tough to debug if any issue comes. That is a benefit of oops. The ultimate aim of a excellent or good design is there should be no if else in your program at all. Okay, the words will be new to you, but you will be understanding this when you into the industry, and 7 or 8 years down the line you will see all these things. Okay, so yeah, so you need to think what are the classes I can give for this scenario.
Ashok, you can have a common class called file.
File. So file is already there in Java. One of the, it's an inbuilt class. Okay, so you can give some some good name like what are the common things? First identify the common things in all these. So I want to gonna read PDF, Excel, Word or text file. The user will give a URL. What are the common things in all this? The way of reading a file is different. There will be a different logic of reading PDF file, different logic for Excel, Word and text. But what are the common things in all this? My actions are to download the file from the URL. Okay, keep it in your hard disk. Okay, first step, accept the input from the user. Like you will enter some URL, you need to go to the you need to write a program to download, save it in your hard disk, and then comes into the picture where your whether you the way of reading changes. So the common things in all these are, can you list out again? Come on guys.
Common things is nothing but downloading that file.
Yeah, URLs, the URL specified by the user. So irrespective of PDF file, Excel file, Word file or text file, the user has to specify the URL. Correct? The URL specified by the user is a common thing. Am I right? And
Yeah.
downloading is also common thing. Irrespective of the file, downloading doesn't need like what is a file type. It will never check like PDF file. It will download differently. Excel file, everything will be downloaded as bytes. Okay, downloading the file is different. Okay, sorry, downloading the file is same. Okay. Now next, what are the other? File name should be given. That also common for everything. URL name or file name is common. Saving in your hard disk is also common. Downloading, saving, both are parallel. Okay, saving is also common. So what is different? Way of reading the file is different. Way of reading the file content is different, because for PDF file or Excel file certain times is comma separated, so you need to read line by line with comma, and lot of procedures are there. Okay, so PDF file is different, Word file is different. Reading a Word file, reading a text file is different. So how you can design all the common things, you can put it in a parent class which is called abstract class. So how I am going to design this class abstract? I can create like file downloader, one class. Okay, so what are the common things I can put it in this abstract class? See, certain properties I can reuse. First let us think about the attributes. I can make a one attribute called URL. The user will enter URL irrespective of the way he downloads the file. Protected string URL, protected string file name. This is a file name that you will be saving in your hard disk. Okay, and I can write two logics here. Basically, what are the two logics? Okay, file file downloader. Okay, that's fine. So file download and reader. You can specify like this: file download and reader. So it will download and read your file content. That's the logic here. It's abstract. You cannot create object for this. So what are the things I gave? URL and file name. What are the logics I can specify here? I can specify the common logics like what? Can you guys tell me? First, you need to differentiate between the attributes and actions. Abstract file download and read as a class. What are the attributes? It can accept an URL. It can store a file name in your hard disk. What are the actions it can do? That could be written in a methods. What are the actions it can base class can do here? Can you tell me, guys?
Download.
Excellent. It can download a file, right? Downloading a file, I already told it is common for everything. I can write a logic for protected void download. Okay, I can make it as protected void download. Got it, guys? So this is a common method I can use everywhere. Fine. Okay, this is one step, protected void download. So download itself, I can have download and save. I can save it there. Okay, URL specified, saving is also there. So okay, that's it. So which method? I can specify one abstract method, because way of reading file is different. For that alone, I can specify abstract, protected abstract read file. So this guy cannot take care, because for different files you will have different way of reading. Got it? So that's what we discussed, our requirement. Now what I will do? Class PDF download and see here, class PDF download and reader. So this class is responsible for downloading a PDF and reading. Already download logic is here. Okay, downloading any file. Logic is here. So here what I will do, PDF downloader extends file download and reader. Okay. So what happens here? Automatically, even I create an object for PDF downloader, I can pass those objects. So what I will do is PDF download and reader. Okay. In a constructor itself, I can pass the URL name, string URL, comma, string file name. You will not have a constructor sort of thing in abstract class. Abstract class can have a constructor because uh, even though it has a constructor, you cannot create an object for it. From the child class, it will be called. But here, what you can do, you can specify this dot URL equal to URL because these things are accessible here. Okay, because this extends this. Okay, and you can specify this dot file name equal to file name. So see here, you are reutilizing the URL and file name properties from your parent called file download and reader because it's a common. Okay, and what you will do, download method is also there. Whoever creates an object for download and reader will see download method also. They will first call download. Next, automatically when you do this, it will force you to add unimplemented methods. It will force you to add read file method. Okay, that read file method, what you will do, you will specify the logic of reading the file of PDF, how to read a PDF file. So you will be like this, public void read file. It will be like the annotation. This will be coming automatically at override, meaning you are specifying logic for reading PDF files. Got it, guys? So the same thing you will create for Excel file also. Only one change. See PDF, I copy pasted it. Instead of PDF, I am going to put Excel. See here, lot of code reusability by using oops. So automatically for Excel also, if you want download, you will see again pass the string URL file name here called download. This logic will be called common, and read file is different for logic for reading Excel files. And if you want Word downloader, you want future 3 weeks later, your manager comes or someone comes, says, hey guy, come on, I want to read some different file formats we are getting. I want to read some docx format. Okay, so what you will do, if you write your code for everything in a structural way, if someone guys comes in a docx format, again you will write a code for accepting URL and file name, again you will write a code for downloading it from the URL, again you will write a code for saving it. Even if you keep in a method, you need to pass lot of things, you need to search where it is. Now what you will do, you will be very cool. The guy comes and asks, he will ask, what he will ask, he will ask docx file, or he comes and asks you to read an mp3 file. What you will do, simply you go there, you go here, mp3 download and reader extends this, you will just write this part alone. Rest of the things you even never carry or care or worry about. Got it, guys? Any doubt till this part? I believe I given a quite a reasonable example for understanding abstract class and how it is in real industry scenario.
Yes, yes, sir.
You're able to understand, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah. So this is C. When you write this stuff in C programming or C++ or Java using structural way, you see how much difficulty you will face. Like lot of do while, switch, putting methods, that, this, calling. Nothing happens here. Separate classes. You can easily call, and you will be specifying the particular read logics then and there. That will be enough for you. Okay. So this is a way of this is a excellent way of doing these things. Okay. So hmm, this is fine. So this is all about abstract classes and how you perform actual inheritance and overriding. So we have already discussed overloading, constructor overloading. What is overloading? Maybe in C, C++ also you already know overloading and overriding. So overloading is methods having same name but different number of arguments. Okay, different number of arguments or different type of arguments. It can vary in type or different number of arguments, but not in return type. If it changes return type, it's a compilation error. What I am trying to say is, suppose I have a method called public void add int a comma int b. Another method you have public int add int a comma int b in a same class. It's a compilation error. The reason is both methods are same. Even though you have a return type is different, it's a compilation error. Okay. Suppose if I have like this public void add int a comma int b comma int c, this is perfectly fine, no issues. This is overloading. Okay, and now I have here public void add double a comma double b, perfectly fine again. This is also called overloading. Okay, so either the number of arguments can vary or the data type can vary, not with the return type. That is called overloading. Why we need a overloading method first? What is the use? Any answer, guys? Why we need overloading concept first? What is the use? You would have studied in C++ maybe. What is the use? Same name, different number of arguments. What is the use of it?
If I want to use extra input for the methods,
Why instead of doing this, I can give add2. I can name the method name as add2, add3, add1, add4. What is the problem in that? Why you have the same name and one as the why you are learning is that as a concept? Vivek, any guess?
Thinking, Ashok.
Sorry?
Thinking, Ashok, thinking. Let me answer.
Harika, yourself? I think Harika would have learned for all the C++ examination concepts. So overloading. Why we go for this?
Yes, Ashok, but I'm not sure. I can't. Uh,
Okay. See, when you're trying to develop a class and give it to someone, so now I'm going to develop. You already know in Java you have math.h, right? Similarly, I'm going to develop a class called everything using concatenating. If you pass 2 to 3 strings, I'm going to merge strings. So I'm going to create a new class for other people, utilize for other people use. I'm going to string merger. This is my class name. Okay. So what I'm going to do? If you pass 2 strings, I'm going to merge and give it. You may ask, it's already easy, I itself do, but for example, I'm giving public void. I'm going to write one method called merge. I have, if you pass 2 strings, string a comma string b. Okay, so I am writing. So these are static methods. I will tell you what is a static keyword next. Next thing I'm going to tell that. So now what I'm going to do? Public static void merge string a comma string b return. You know, right? String also you can concatenate like in plus operator. I believe you know already. A plus b means concatenation. It's not mathematical addition. So one more method I'm going to use string a comma string b comma string c. Here a plus b plus c. Now similar to string classes and math classes, java.util.math classes in Java. Now I am giving the string merger class to you to use. So what do you mean to? Now you getting a requirement. Okay, one class you are writing. Now you're getting a requirement to merge strings, 2 or more strings. So you're not sure, like you have that class and all. So you are quite new, but you know this class is there. One of your friend is given to you. So what you will do basically? Okay, right. I'm going to string merger. I'm going to call string merger dot merge. See, since this is static, you can access with the class name. I will tell you what is the meaning of actual static. Okay, string merger dot merge. See, I can pass it here. Okay, John, comma something. So it will return John King. Okay. So if I print it, if I can see the return type of it, I should make it a string actually because I am returning, right? See, return a plus b means the return data type is string. I need to make it a string. It is not void. I made a mistake. Sorry. So here I have to say string a equal to. So what will be the answer of a, guys? If I print A, what will be the output?
John.
It will be John King. That's it. So it will be John King when I print it, because string merger dot merge John and King, it goes here, A plus B, concatenating, returning A is John King. Suppose I want to merge three strings. You are thinking, I want to merge three strings. What I can do? Okay. So if the guy would have given the methods like merge two, merge three, merge four, how irritated we will face when using this. Here, with the help of overloading concept, what we will do, we automatically ourselves, our natural instinct is what we will do, we just write it like this, merge string B. Okay, let us try to pass one more, it will automatically merge John King 12. Okay, still this will also work. Automatically the compiler will match with the three arguments. See this code, the guy who is using your classes will never have such a issues of identifying multiple method names in the class. So this is proper design. By providing overloading, you will never face lot of issues. So you see that, okay, two arguments is there, let me try pass the third argument, still that works. Yeah, great. You're able to understand what happened here, what is the use of overloading now. Instead of giving different lot of method names and confusing the guys who are going to use your classes, if you make overloading, he knows two arguments, if I pass, end of the day its action is same. When you group such methods are overloading, merge action is same, pass 2 merge 2, pass 3 I will merge 3. So for that, instead of different method names, have the same method name but different number of arguments. It is called overloading. Any doubt in overloading, guys?
No, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Harika, you have any doubt?
No, Ashok. Comparing with the parameters, we are just matching the
Yeah,
methods, right?
we are just matching. I have explained you till now why we are going that. It's already we know that we are matching, that is called overloading. I have written the string merger
Yes,
class
Ashok.
just to explain why we need such a thing. Okay, because you could easily write
Uh,
merge 2 as a method name, merge 3, like you could specify the method name like 3. No one will tell you anything. Merge 2, no compilation error, nothing. Here I have to struggle. Whoever gonna use it, he will put dot and search what is that method, need your documentation, reads everything, what it will tell. He will be worried. Okay, but see about this. So he will be damn sure that if I pass 2, I will get concurrent. Pass 3, I will get 3. So it's quite cool. Okay, so
Ashok.
yeah. Sai, Pavitra, are you clear on overloading?
Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay. If anyone asks in the interview as well about overloading, you can tell this why we need for overloading. Now, apart from only telling the concept, like apart from only telling the how it works, why it is overloading, you can tell why we go for overloading. When we design a class, right? So if we specify the same method name, different number of arguments, it will be easier for the guys who are gonna use our classes. Okay. So that's the thing. It's called overloading. And the scenario also you understood. Now we're going to see what is overriding. So we already discussed overriding, right? So in this animal class, this what in this scenario, this is called overriding. So base class you will have a method. Okay, in the subclass you will override that method, meaning even if you have a method in the base class which have a proper definition means here it is abstract in our case, read file. Even if you have a method which have a proper definition, suppose in my PDF downloader and reader, yeah, I can also write my own protected void download, which is actually not necessary. But still, this is also called overloading only. Sorry, overriding. This is also overriding. Then when I try to access PDF download reader, it will give preference to this method. Okay, that's what overriding is all about. Yeah. So even yeah, if the base class methods are pre-written in subclass. Okay, so this is where overriding comes into the picture. Fine. Next we will see about static. What do you mean by static? So far we are writing public, static, void, main. Wherever certain times we are using static, certain times we are not at all using static. What is that actually? What do you mean by static? So static is something called class level variables. I have been so far drawing bubbles when I create some object. If you remember, guys, so I've been drawing like class, employee, Okay, private int emp id, private string emp name. So now in outside a class employee test. Okay guys, if I try to create object for employee, public static void main string args, if I try to create like this employee e equal to new employee, fine guys, if I say now e is a reference which is pointing to new employee. In a new employee object, employee id will be there, employee name will be there. That employee id employee name is different. When I create one more object, that is different, right? So if I change e and e1, will e1 will be affected? No. If I change e1 dot emp id, let me make public for now, but never use those things. So if I put like e dot emp id equal to 1000 and e1 dot emp id equal to 1001, since I am putting e1 dot emp id 1001, will whether e is emp id is changed to from 1000 to 1001? No, right? That is separate memory, this is separate memory. So these are instance variable, that is why these are called instance. Instance means for each object it will have a separate memory inside that bubble. But static are not like that. Static is a class level variable. Class level variable in the sense it is common for all the references, all the objects. It is not at all inside that bubble, it is outside. Okay, so outside means everyone will have access to it. Anyone modifies, everywhere it will change. Got it? So why we need static? Certain cases we will never need an instance variable at all. Example, employee count. If you want to maintain an employee count in this class, in an employee class, if you want to maintain an employee count, can each object will have an employee count? Employee count is a thing which is a level higher of an employee, like means which is outside an employee class. If I say employee count is nothing but it's a count of how many employees are there, which will be like the counting of the number of objects you created maybe. So for that count, why you should have inside the object? Each object itself is an employee. Inside an employee, you cannot have an employee count, which is something top of it. So static variables are accessed. You can access with reference, you can access with objects also. I mean these references also, that is also allowed. But generally people will access with the class name itself. With the class name itself, you can do it. Say for example, I can like the public static string employee count equal to 0. Okay, so what is this public static string employee count equal to 0? So what happens here? So employee count is basically I'm starting with 0. Here I have not initialized anything, because thing guys, when I create these are instance variables, each and everything is a specific memory. So here employee count is 0, so I can do something like this, employee dot directly I can access because the class level label equal to 10. Now employee count changes to 10. Now if I want to print system dot out dot println e dot employee count, what will be the answer? Can I access with the help of a references? Yes, you can. With the class name also you can do, the references also you can do, no issues at all. It will print 10. Suddenly next line you are changing e dot employee count equal to 25. With this e object you are changing. In the next line you are trying to print system dot print dot println e1 dot employee count. What will be the output? It will not print 10, it will print 25 only. See, normally instance variable, this is separate, e is separate, but this is like a, in pure terms, this is like a global variable, class level variable. Whoever can access it and modify it, it will change. This itself is not inside that bubble at all. Clear guys with respect to static? Any doubts?
I'm clear, Ashok.
Okay. Harika, Sai, Pavitra.
Yeah, I'm clear.
Yeah. So if I try,
Okay.
yes, your doubt, please. Yes, Sai, you're about to ask something.
Yeah, I'm clear. I thought I had a doubt, but I'm clear now. Just I was about to ask same thing. If I create another object E2, E3, E4, whatever may be the object, If I make the change, if I mention static and if I make the changes, it will reflect in that, and it will get printed, right? If I call
It
it.
will reflect in that, not only in that, everywhere. Okay, that is what
Yeah.
static. It's a class level variable. So that's what I am telling. It is not inside that bubble at all. I was drawing bubbles, right? E pointing to some memory bubble, one circle. So it's not inside that at all. So it is outside. So whoever can modify it, whoever can access it, and yeah, again the rules are same. If it's private, you cannot access. Those rules are there, but with reference also you can access. With a C here, I am doing like this also. Employee dot employee count with the class name itself. Because end of the day, if it is not inside the bubble, why we need a reference to access it? Correct. Just a class name is
Okay.
enough.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Harika, are you there?
Yes, sir, sure.
Oh, okay. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay, fine. So this is all about the static variable. Fine. So with help of reference, even okay. So suppose you know about null pointer exceptions, right? So can you now you can think employee e4 system dot out dot println e4 dot empid. So what will be the output for this line, guys? When I try to print 35 line number, Harika or Sai, can you tell me what could be the output for this when I print 34 line number, 35?
Uh, Equal to new employee is not necessary, right?
Why not necessary? It's Java, right?
Yeah, it will give a error,
Error or exception?
a null pointer exception.
It will throw a null pointer exception. Very good. So E4 is no way pointing to an object. E4 is currently null. When you access something, null dot anything will give you a null pointer exception. I should have written employee E4 equal to new employee. Then only E4 that reference is pointing to some object in the heap's memory. Have not written here. So what will happen? E4 dot empid. It's gone. It will print a null pointer exception. Got it? Harika, Vivek, everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Suppose now I'm going to try this. Employee E4. E4 dot employee count. Now can you guys tell me what will happen? Again employee will get null pointer exception or it will print 25. This is a tricky interview question asked many times.
I think it will print 25.
Uh,
It will print 25.
yes, sir, sure. It will print 25.
Yeah, it's a global.
Because if for no need to point anything for counting it.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a static variable. For static variable, nothing inside the memory. But it will not print. Everyone who knows good Java, they will tell it will print null pointer exception in line number 36. Because for them, if any object is not there, it's null. Null dot anything will print null pointer exception. Naturally, that should be the answer, but that is not the case. E4 dot employee count, since employee count is a what is it? It's like a static variable. It will not print null pointer exception. Got it?
Ashok, only once when you use employee dot employee count equal to 35, then it will print, right?
No,
When you use class
you can use
instead of
class name
reference
also,
variable.
you can use reference also. By anything you can change it. Okay, but it is
Yes,
not.
you can use both reference and class, but this reference doesn't have any object or anything.
It doesn't have anything, but still you can access it. Access a static variable. Still the content will change.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but most of the people will never use reference to access static variables. Think of what is the use of reference. The reference is E is particular to employee. E1 is particular to employee. Why you use a reference to change a global thing? Just use a class name dot static variables. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. One more example. You could have used few functions called math.power, math.sqrt, everything, right? In in
Yes. Yeah.
yes, math.power, math.sqrt. Have you created object for accessing those classes? No. Have you ever tried math a equal to new math a.sqrt? Certain methods you are doing it, right? Simply here itself, what we did in our animal class itself, what we did here. We created like this tiger a equal to new tiger. We made that a dot make noise. Okay, so what is this? We used an object to access it. Okay, but think of math class. Have you ever tried this math? Why we are not doing this? Math a equal to new math. Hmm. And a dot sqrt. Why are not doing like this? Even inbuilt Java classes, scanner you are creating object. Scanner sc equal to new scanner. Something you passing in the, this is a constructor argument. Remember guys, a constructor. In this constructor you are passing system.in as an argument. Now sc dot you're calling the next int is a method inside scanner class. Now we are able to understand next int is a method inside scanner class, like our make noise, some method. We are accessing it. That method is allowing to read from the console. Okay, so you are able to do this. This you are an object level, okay, instance level. Here, why you are not doing for math? Can you tell me, guys? You math.sqrt you doing directly. What is the difference between sqrt and next int?
So Ashok, so we have global variables. Also, we have global methods.
Yes,
Right?
methods, exactly. Similarly, like a static variables, you can have static methods also. For static methods, you never need actually object to access it. You can access with the class name itself. Okay. Similar to a static variable, you can have a static method also. Public static something, right? Public static void main itself is a static method. Okay. Square root, power, everything are static methods. Generally, logical methods, okay, that doesn't have any impact to the instances, any impact to the instances. What do you mean by that? Square root, what it will do? You pass some input, it will give square root. Why you need update the things in object and all? Not at all necessary. Power, you give some input, it will gonna give some output. Finding prime number, you can write that also as static. Okay, but in those stuff you can make it as static. So math class itself is a utility class. All the utility classes in Java will be static. Utility class name itself will not be static. The methods inside will be a static methods. So you need not create an object and all. It's on the go. Math.sqrt, pass some input, immediately get an output. Why you need to create an object for it and everything? There will be no instance variable at all. No state for it.
Ashok, we have static classes also.
Not static classes. I am talking about utility. You have a static inner class, that is different. You cannot make a class itself as a static. Okay, don't get confused, guys. You can have a static variable, I mean instance, static class level variable and a static methods, not a class itself as a static. If someone asks you how will you make a class as static, means everything should be static, means make all the variables as static, all methods as static. You cannot make class itself as a static. Got it? So static itself, you need not want an object to access it. It's only with the help of a class name. All the utility classes. What do you mean by utility? When you write some utility things, right, separately in a common class or something, you finding a prime number, finding square root, give input, get output. That's it. For those things, you can have static. No need of creating any object and all. Any doubt, guys, in static methods and static?
No, Ashok, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm clear.
Harika, yourself.
Yes, yes, yes.
Pavitra. Okay. So next one we're going to see about static is fine. Final keyword. What do you mean by final? There is a keyword called final in Java. Okay. If you make a instance variable as final, okay, if you make instance variable or any static variable or final, a static variable as final, you cannot change the value of it. It's like a const keyword. Change the value of it. Here, for example, if I write like private static final string a equal to hello, you cannot. It will not be possible to change the content of a. It's like const keyword in C++. Const keyword equivalent in C++ in Java is static final string. Okay, why we make static is no instance. It's anyway it's a constant. Why you need to have an instance and all for it? Okay, final is a keyword where you cannot change the content of a particular particular variable. That's the thing, final. When you use a final in terms of a class, you can make a class as final. You can also make a class as final. When you make a class as final, you cannot inherit the class. So important. People may ask, I will write a class, but I should not make others to inherit me. So what is the thing? How I can do that? Okay. So you can write, you can always do, because if you develop a class and give it to public, you never know who will inherit your class and damage your class. Okay, who never know who will inherit your class and properly will finish off your class. Okay, so to safeguard those things, if you feel no one should extend me, I'm already done, I can make my class as final. Okay, I can show you. Okay, first thing you are able to understand, right? Final as a variable, as an instance variable or a static variable. If you make a class variable, you cannot change the content of it. If you make a class as final, you will not be able to override the class. You can stop the inheritance hierarchy. Suppose if I make public, I'm going to make the animal class itself as, you cannot have final and abstract both. See here, because it contradicts the rule, correct? Either abstract means itself you should, someone has to override me. Final itself, no one has to do it. Okay, see here, that's it, gone. These are all errors now. Yeah, this will be fine, but think about the other, all the classes, continuous errors. Why tiger error? The tiger cannot subclass the final class animal. So animal class I have changed it to final. If any class is final, I cannot inherit it. Able to understand, guys? These are just rules. Okay. So can you tell me what are the classes that are already final in Java? Few examples of a class where you cannot actually inherit those.
Scanner class.
Let me check. I am also have a doubt in that. Any other one? I think you can override scanner. Let me see whether a scanner is a final or not. You are right. Scanner class is final. So you cannot extend a scanner class. Correct. Any other class?
Ashok, how did you go inside
Sorry, you can click it. You can click a class.
the dot?
Yeah. You can see the source code of scanner class. This is a scanner class.
Oh, we can go to the dot class right also.
Yeah. When the editor certain times it will not load. When you attach the JDK to it, it will load for you. Okay. So scanner string is also a string. All the wrapper classes, everything is also a what are those? Everything also final. Okay, you cannot extend those. Fine. So you cannot do anything with those type of classes. Got it, guys? When math, lot of classes are final in JDK. Math, it's also final. Even string is a class, right? String is obviously final because string is immutable as well. I will tell those things. So this is obviously final. You cannot extend string class. Okay. So you would have studied about file handling. You have a class called file input stream. Those are not files. You can actually write your own logic for that. File input stream is a class in Java. Those are not final. See, if you want to extend and create your own logic, you can obviously extend file input stream, and you can reutilize and you can override these methods also. Override means you can replace those read method logic with your read method logic also. Got it, guys? So that is the difference between final. That's what final keyword is used. Any doubt? When you make a class as final, you cannot you cannot inherit at all. Okay, make a class as final. If the class is final, inheritance of the class is not possible. Okay, you can also make method as final. Okay, if you make a method as final, you cannot override the method. Got it? Three rules. Variable as a final, cannot change the content. Class as final, you cannot inherit it. Method as final, you cannot override the method. Any doubt, guys? In final keyword, we discussed static, final, overloading, overriding, and abstraction. Abstract class. Five things. What are the things? Abstraction, abstract class, overloading, overriding, static. What do you mean by final? Any doubt, guys? Before we are moving to next topic, we're going to see interface now.
No doubts for me, sir.
Clear, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, you need to watch
I'm
the
clear.
video and you need to practice yourself. All these are rules. Sure, interview questions. Okay. Harika, yourself.
Yes, sir, sure.
So next we're going to see about interface. What is an interface? Interface is different from a class. Okay. So in abstract class, interface, in other words, I could say interface is an 100% abstract class. What do you mean by 100% abstract class? In interface, all the methods are abstract. In abstract class, if you remember in our scenario, in abstract class, I used one method which has a logic inside, download, and one method is abstract. But in interface, there is no state at all, no instance variable in interface. Point number one, you should understand that. And the second point is, in an interface, there won't be any method which has some logic. It's all methods are abstract. All methods are by default abstract. Okay. You may ask me then why we need to go for interface. I will tell you. So how will you create an interface? Interface will be like this. Interface followed by a name of the interface, like a class name. You specify interface followed by the name. Suppose I am going to create an interface called animal. Okay. So there will be no instance variables and all. Remember that you cannot create instance. The variables you create in an interface is all by default constants. Constants means it's by default public static final. Okay. Even if you create like protected, even if you create like public string a equal to hello, by default this is, what is this? By default these are constants. Okay, these are not instance variables. That's a point number one. And the next thing, whatever you define, even if you can define like void make noise, even if you don't define, even if you don't specify it as abstract, by default it is public abstract. What is that? By default it is public abstract. So interface is an 100% pure abstract class, and it will never have an instance variable and all, and all the methods are abstract. So how you can access an interface? A classes can be inherited by extends keyword. The interface can be inherited by implements. Okay. We also discussed one more topic. Java doesn't support multiple inheritance, but it supports in terms of interfaces. You can inherit n number of interfaces to a class. Say for example, I have interface animal. I can have one more interface called, yeah, let me uh, design something else. I will show you.
Ashok, when and why do we go for interface?
I will design. I will tell you that point.
Okay.
So now what I'm going to create new, you will have something called interface here, like this interface. We create some interface where two things, like if I have some, I'm going to create some, okay, okay. So one thing, like I'm going to create a pizza factory, some pizza, I'm going to develop some pizza factory. So first way, I'm going to create an interface called pizza menu. Okay, menu card, and one more like toppings, two things I'm going to have. Pizza menu, this is one interface, and new class pizza menu is interface, and one more thing I can create, which is flavor. Now I can add a flavor also. So another Java class. I want to create an interface. New interface. Flavor. So see, pizza menu is one. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to void display pizza. This is one interface. So I'm going to display all the pizzas. That's the logic. See here. So by default, this is public abstract. This is an interface. And now flavor and public. I can specify void add flavor. Add flavor. Okay. So now I'm going to create a class called pizza maker. So for a pizza maker, it can also add a flavor. It can also what you call, you can display the pizzas, right? Both are possible for it. So what I will do, pizza maker. So a class normally we do extends. For an interface we just put implements. You can do like pizza menu comma flavor. So see here, normally if these are class, it's not supported in Java, multiple inheritance, but this is supported in terms of interfaces. So this, see, both the type pizza maker must implement the inherited abstract display pizza as well as add flavor. So both I should implement. See here. So interface is an 100% abstract class. When we go for interface, yeah. So when we need to establish a relationship that we don't want any type of logic in my abstract class. I don't want anything, but I want to establish a relationship throughout in my code. Why we don't want any logic? Suppose if my parent changes anything, okay. Say for example, we read about file input stream, right? Just now I show you, okay. So you are depending this file input stream and you are extending in your code. You given some task. You are extending file input stream and you are utilizing file input stream read method. You are writing your own methods and reutilizing the file input stream methods. Suddenly one day what happened is uh, JDK got updated from 6 Java version 6 to 7 8. It's going on, right? In 8 version what they did, they made few changes to this method, okay, but your code is still using, you updated your Java, but your code is still extending the file input stream. Suddenly you can get some exceptions. Suddenly your logic may not work. Reason, your code is depending upon some other code because you are extending it. Getting it? So extending is like it makes lot of tight relationship, okay, because it has logic also. If you feel that design is, I need that relationship to be there, but no logic should be there in the base class. Okay, if you feel that tight, it's loose coupling, we call that. If you feel that loosely, it should not be any relationship between the base class and the subclass, just that hierarchical thing I need to establish a polymorphism. You will more understand when we learn polymorphism. Okay, when we just to establish polymorphic behavior, I just need that. I don't want it to be like depending upon my base class. If I change anything, that's it gone. Suppose say for example, you are in our scenario itself, your manager is giving this file download and reader. You don't have access to this. It will be in your jar inside Java, and all his people working under him will develop. Each developer will be one developer PDF download, and say for example, Sai is writing PDF, Harika Excel, and Vivek MP3. Okay, and suppose I am the manager, say for example, suddenly what I am doing, you're all depending on my download logic. One day I am doing download logic differently, corrupted. All your code is also gone. Got it? So that type of problems will be there because all your code you will be using this. So for that, people will go for interfaces. But still here for this example, obvious way is to go for abstract class. The reason is still it is common for everyone. Okay, interfaces you will go only to implement those methods. Okay, once we learn polymorphism, you will be very clear on it. Okay, guys, able to understand Vivek, why we go actually?
Yes, sir. Just little bit. It's
Yeah,
vague. Still vague.
still you will think like why, if no definition is there, nothing is there, why you write like all these things? Okay, yeah, nothing is there, no logic is there, you write everything here only, then why we need such a relationship? That is to establish polymorphism. Okay, that we will discuss. What do you mean by polymorphism and so on? Then only we will have more understanding of that. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So once we discuss what is polymorphism, then only you will realize, yeah, interface is more useful than abstract class. Or the situations when you need to go for abstract class, when you need to go for interface. Normally, we need to tell, like, if there is at least one method which is surely reusable by every subclass, and I am damn sure in future also that method logic will not change, you can go for abstract class. Okay. And if there is no such method and you are hesitate that the logic may change, go for interface. Clear? This is a usage perspective, when you need to go, when we need not to go.
Okay.
But without anything there in the interface, no logic, only body is there. Why we need to do all these things? That is the answer of polymorphism. Okay. So we will see polymorphism tomorrow then. I don't want to dump all those things now. So final and interface. Till this. So what are the things? Abstract class, overloading, overriding, static, final, and interface. All these things we just had a discussion today. The topics we will be discussing tomorrow are polymorphism first, then exception handling is there actually. Exception handling. Okay. Then still the pending things, exception handling, polymorphism, generics, threats. Fine, these four topics are there. Okay, inner classes are also not that much important. Okay, so these things we need to cover: polymorphism, exception handling, generics, and threats. Tomorrow we will see polymorphism and exception handling. Maybe next week we will cover generics and threats too. I need of threats we'll discuss only 20-15 minutes.
Okay.
Things will be fine. So all those things I said, everything in terms of interview point of view as well. So practice point of view, you need to sit and actually take care of hands-on. Okay, I told you the rules, how it is working, why it is there. I've given the scenarios as well, when you need to go and so on. So you guys need to sit down and actually practice all these things. Then only you will have a very good understanding of all these items. Okay. Any
So
doubt,
it
guys?
will be helpful if we can give some hands-on on these interfaces, inheritance, like that.
Yeah, I will do one thing. I will send you people some something that you can design and come up with once we discuss polymorphism and everything. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, because in during class hours, if I give, right, I'm not getting proper that much response. It's low actually. That's why I'm utilizing more. So I have kept a 2 hour session, like 1 hour I could teach and 1 hour and give hands on. So hands on I totally cancelled it out. So I'm, instead of that, I'm extending my teaching explanation. Okay, so that you could practice hands on your own, because it's taking a lot of time. Okay, so I will give you the scenarios to you so that you can try it out and come up with those.
Sure.
Yeah, tomorrow I will give you the scenarios till this point, like so you can come up with thinking of how to design those classes and stuff. So until when we discuss polymorphism, exception handling, should be fine. Then we can come up with scenarios. Okay, guys. So with respect to this, we have already have this one. What is that website? Right, I have already uploaded. You guys had a chance to look it or already uploaded classes. So if you have doubts, you can as usual go through this. So I have uploaded everything. Yes. So till this one I did something. Yeah. Encapsulation, constructor inheritance, composition with example. So today discussed all these things. Tomorrow I will complete that. So once we did everything, yeah, I will give you surely few hands on. Fine, guys. Any other questions in today's class?
No, sure. Thank you.
Fine, right? Harika,
No,
yourself?
I'm clear.
No, sure. I'll
Uh,
just see the book. I'll go through the book first.
yeah, sure, sure. Pavitra, yourself? Yeah, please go through the website and go through Head First Java book, and you will understand more in detail. Fine. Okay, guys. Tomorrow same timing, like 12 to 2. Okay, normal as usual. Our timing is 12 to 2. So please be prepared till this point. Okay, so that you will, you guys will understand.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
இல்லடா இல்லடா கிளாஸ் இருக்கா என்னடா லேட்டா உண்டா நாளைக்கு பார்க்கலாம்டா. Bye. ఎవరు నాకే తెలీదు. ఎవరు నేనా?